All right, ladies and gents, we're live. Welcome, everyone. Man, I'm a little nervous. There's quite a few people here to start off with. Amina, I'm not sure if she's still here. Gotta give a big thank you for that super chat before we even started. It's so kind of you. So kind of you. Sounds like the audio is all right. Hopefully the video is okay. I'm inside today because it's pretty windy out. And I just filmed Friday's video. Still editing, might add some more, but I filmed it outside. It was a little windy, but I think the microphone was all right. I just didn't want to take my chances on something live, so we're inside today. I think we might have to be inside quite a bit from now on. It's getting windy, getting cold, getting darker earlier. It's crazy. By the time we hit December 22nd, it will be dark by 4 p.m. It's crazy. It's crazy. I see Ibrahim here. Welcome. Thank you so much. Ibrahim is one of my first subscribers. Thank you guys so much for the 2,500. I saw Aroni here. He's one of the big reasons that I started this YouTube channel. So Aniko is here. Luke is here. A lot of channel members. A lot of supporters. Ivana is here. I'm sure she had a long day at school teaching. Thank you so much for dropping in. So basically, if you're new here, the way this works is I've been an English teacher for quite a while. I know quite a bit about English, so I try my best to answer your questions. And we is here. We has been here for a long time subscriber. A lot of people are long-time subscribers. Michelle, welcome. And even if you aren't a long-time subscriber, hit that subscribe button. We go live, try to go twice a week. And I try to put 2 English lessons out a week. Ferrada, Fabio, Aziz, welcome. Nori was talking about the video I made this weekend. It came out yesterday, and there are some big words there. They're just kind of crazy words. I think I called them the wackiest words in English. Discombobulated. It's a big word. Discombobulated. Thingamajig. Whatchamacallit. I remember reading Angelo likes those candy bars. Yeah, they're pretty good candy bars. They are candy bars, but then you can also use it for this is a tripod that I use for my phone. But if you don't know what it is, can you pass me that thingamajig? Can you pass me that whatchamacallit? It's pretty good if you're learning English and you don't know the word. You'll sound like a native if you say thingamajig. Hey, what's that thingamajig? What do you call that thingamajig? So welcome everyone. Ethan is here from Greece. Joanne's here. Joanne, welcome. Welcome from Canada. Oh, Elena. Elena, longtime subscriber too, from Russia. I've been meaning, I hope you're back in your classroom. I think we were gonna do a little something where I might talk to your students many months ago, but welcome, welcome. So there are some people that aren't here for the live chats often. I thank you for stopping by. Azar is here. Welcome, thank you. Thank you so much. Luke, Dr. Luke is here. Dr. Luke and I were speaking a little bit Saturday night. He was definitely having more fun in Poland than I was having at my house in the US, but it's all good. Okay, Joanne is asking. This is not very common. I'll copy this in the chat. So Joanne, you might have seen her in the video that we called Meet the Community. She was nice enough to lend a video to me, and I put her in one of the videos along with Ibrahim, Angelo. Rod? Rod had a different video. Rod? So how do you say he's a widower for a man who lost his wife? I do believe it is widower for a man if his spouse dies before he did. If the woman survives, we call her a widow. But I believe for the man, excuse me, we say widower. That's a good question though. It's not very common, Joanne, to be honest. And I'm not sure if it's because women live so much longer than the men. But I believe we would call the man a widower, and then the woman is definitely a widow. So we use that quite often, his widow, but widower for the guy. Widower. It's not that easy to say, is it? Widower. Say that 5 times fast. All right, Luke, I think Luke had a question in there. Wait. Ibrahim. What's the difference between certificate and certification? Ibrahim, great question. Okay, real simply, the certificate is usually an object. Often it's a piece of paper. Like I have my certificate for driving a truck. We might call it a license. We might call it a certificate. But if you pass your driver's test to drive one of those big trucks, you could say they are certified. They are certified. That would be the adjective. They are certified. They have earned that certification. So that's a noun. Certificate is the actual piece of paper that shows they have earned certification. I tried to explain that as simply as possible. That's tough. Certificate is the piece of paper. Okay, hey, I passed my driver's test. You got that certification, which you can't actually see, but that's what you've earned. And then the verb is they have been certified. He is certified to drive a truck. She is certified to drive a truck. I hope that helped, Ibrahim. Let me know. Luke is wondering about my bottle of wine. Is it already empty? I don't drink wine. I don't drink wine. I might have that night we were talking. I believe I had a bottle of beer. It was a bottle of beer. So it wasn't wine. I don't drink wine. It gives me heartburn. I don't know what you call it in Polish, but heartburn, when the throat right here burns. We don't call it throat burn. We call it heartburn, but it hurts right here. Yeah, if I drink wine, it hurts. I like wine. I like red wine. I like white wine. But that night, it was a beer. I had 2 beers that night. The first I'd had in many months. I don't know. Just felt right. I'm going to say this name wrong, but Faraday? Can you not call both a widow? Yeah, I don't think so. I think the guy would be a widower, and the woman is definitely a widow. The woman is definitely a widow. The male is a widower. Hopefully we don't have to say that about anybody in here. That would be tragic. Daniel is here. Welcome. Oh yeah, Elena. Elena's been with the channel for a long time too. Yes, I do remember. I have it saved in my Hello Talk that we were going to get together for a Zoom or something maybe. So So a lot of teachers in here. Welcome. Rod's a teacher. Ivana's a teacher. Elena is a teacher. Oh, good. Ibrahim says it's clear. All right. Remember, if I happen to miss your question, I didn't skip it. I simply didn't see it. Sometimes it helps when you at me. When you at me, put that little at sign and then American. And then for me, it shows up red. And then I'll notice, oh, that's a question. Fabio from Italy. What does it mean to get someone a break? Oh, okay. So this, when we say to give someone a break or you get a break, I would think that would be mostly, during work. Like you might be on your lunch break, and I know in Italy, those can be rather lengthy. Later in the afternoon, excuse me, than we have it here in the United States. You might get a little coffee break. In English, a coffee break is shorter than a lunch break. But maybe, Piazza Scuola Italiano, buongiorno. But maybe to get a break from someone. Let's say you've been married for a long time. Like Jamie and I have been married a long time. And maybe if you want a little break from someone, I never want a break from Jamie, but it just means you take a little time, maybe, an afternoon, I just need a break from you. I'm leaving. I will be back in an hour. I promise. Jamie and I, we never say that. If you are a fan of Friends, Ross, for many seasons, says, we were on a break. So I hope that's what you mean, a break. It means a period of time where you get to relax. So it could be at work, it could be from another person, your kids. I don't know if you have kids, little kids, they can be pretty demanding. Maybe the mom or the dad, I just need a break. I am going to go into the bathroom. I don't have to go to the bathroom. I'm going to close this door. Leave me alone. I need a break. I hope that helps. Nori is asking about overhaul. What does that mean? Investigate? So if something is going badly, you could do this physically, or you could do this with like plans. So let's say at work, you have a project and you've been working on it for a couple days. And I know Nori works a lot, but maybe it's a disaster. You've been working on it for a couple days and you're like, we need to blow this up. We need to start over. Like everything we've been doing has been wrong. You could say that needs a complete overhaul. So when you blow something up, it means forget everything, start over. It needs a complete overhaul. Sometimes you could do it with, let's say, your house, and your house is getting a little bit older, and you just want to overhaul the whole thing. And that means it could mean to redecorate or just to change. But I guess as simply put as I can, overhaul is a complete change. A complete change. Hope that helps. All right, Rod, looks like we got a question here. Okay. Yeah, Rod was a member on the first day. Thank you. Most of you, if you have little discs that are yellow, they were probably members on the first day. So thank you everyone who has become a member. Thank you everyone who has subscribed. Thank you everyone who has commented. It means a lot that you're supporting me. So thank you so much. What's the slight? Okay, let me copy and paste this so we know what we're talking about. Oh, good, Nori. Thank you. I'm glad that helped. Rod says, I have a question. What's the slight difference between must and have to? Safe and security. Whoa, that's a tough one. I would say with must and have to, like they're pretty much the same, like you said. But must might be a little bit more. So if I say, I have to clean my room before my mom comes over. I must clean my room before my mom comes over. So I don't know, maybe my mom is really careful about looking in my room and I want it to be very clean. But when you have to do something, it means it's mandatory. It's you have to do it. You have to do it. But must, it's a little bit more important. Let's see. My lawn right now, it's a little long. So I could say, I have to cut my lawn. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. But I must cut my lawn before the snow starts falling. Something like that. And then the other one, safe and security. Yeah, I don't know if there's a whole lot of difference. Maybe security is a little bit higher. They are different forms of words, though. Safe is definitely an adjective. So right now, I feel safe. But security, would we use that more as a noun, maybe? There's a lot of security around the White House. Hopefully the president feels safe inside. So just a little bit of a difference, but security, that can be used as a noun sometimes. It could be people, could be many people. We might call them security for the White House. Hopefully they make people feel safe. Can be used as an adjective too. So many houses in the United States, probably in Brazil too, have security alarms. So in that way, security alarm, that would be used as an adjective. But hopefully security alarms make people feel safe. Hope that helps, Rod. Tough one, tough one. Rod, safe for people, security for a place. It could be, but yeah, that'll work. Emerson, doing well, how are you? Vadim, politician, welcome. Oh, what's the difference between shall and must? Okay, that's a good one. Shall is definitely not used as often. In the United States, it's not used all that much, I would say. But yeah, it just sounds very proper. Like, I shall go to the store today. I shall. Yeah, when we use it in the United States, shall doesn't really have any importance. It says, I shall try this steak. That might be good. But when you say I must try this steak. Maybe somebody recommended it to you. Yeah, so shall, not that much in the United States. I shall go for a stroll. I must go for a walk. I hope that helps. Nori, I didn't see the whole conversation, but she is telling Ibrahim that it's a valuable trait if you feel comfy when being alone. Yeah, I agree. I feel very comfortable being alone. But I'm never alone for very long. So maybe that's the difference. But at my school right now, I'm in my classroom. I did show a quick YouTube video. I think it was less than 2 minutes. Showed a video of my classroom. And I am the only one in there. all day long because I am teaching my students remotely. So they are on their computer, I am on my computer, but I like being alone. Sometimes when my family leaves, they might leave for the whole day. I like being alone, but after a few hours, I start to miss them. So I'm not alone very much, but I like it when I'm alone for short periods of time. Uh-oh, Angelo says, Brent will make a video for those words. I missed it. I missed the words. Whoa. Here we go, Joanne. Maybe these are the words Angelo was talking about. Could you please explain the difference between dock, deck? I don't know one of those words. I don't know quay. And wharf, we would spell we'd spell it like that. But I don't know quay. So a dock and a deck and a wharf, they're basically the same three things. They are all usually hard surfaces, could be a metal dock that's used to hook up boats. A wharf, I think, as being bigger though. A wharf might actually have some buildings attached to it. It would be a good video though, if I could put pictures, Angelo. That is a good idea. Wilson is here from Hello Talk. I remember you, Wilson. Welcome. So a wharf is pretty big, actually, but all of these are on the water. All of them you can tie boats to. You might jump off a deck. You could jump off all of them. Yeah, a deck and a dock, I think we often use interchangeably. Good question. I hope that helps. Oh, Wilson, here's a good question. A Monday morning quarterback. Wow, there are a lot of questions in here. I'll try to get to them quickly. So when we say Monday morning quarterback, it comes from a lot of football games with quarterbacks. They mostly happen on Sundays. But if you look at the game on Monday, you're like, oh, he should have done this. Oh, they should have done that. So take it away from the football game. When we use Monday morning quarterback in real life, it means, I should make a video on this too. It means that once the situation is over, there is a person who tells everyone what they did was wrong. It's very easy to Monday morning quarterback. Let's say the coronavirus, okay? Hopefully I won't get demonetized for this. But at the beginning of the coronavirus, a lot of people in New York, I'll use my own country, a lot of people were dying. And doctors didn't really understand the virus yet. So if doctors right now were going to look at what the doctors did wrong back then, they would be Monday morning quarterbacking. If a doctor today said, oh, in New York, they should have done this, they should have done that. Well, yes, we have many months of research to know what to do now. Just like in a year, I'm sure doctors will know how to combat the virus even better. But it doesn't do any good to point out the things they did wrong back then. So we also say hindsight is 2020. Probably better for a video. But 2020 vision is perfect. And when you have hindsight, you look back at the situation and you realize like, oh, we could have done this, we could have done that. It's Monday morning quarterbacking, nobody likes it because you're just saying usually mean things when people didn't know any better. How about that? Any questions? I just see my glasses. I was wondering what that was right there. It's just my glasses. I was looking for those things. Sometimes when I read very small books, I need my glasses. Getting old. Getting old. All you young whippersnappers must be nice. It's one of the wacky words I did on Tuesday. Whippersnapper. All right. Oh, Fabio, this is a good one right here. I'm sorry if I've missed your questions. It's coming by quickly here. As the crow flies. Yeah, we use it all the time. So let's say my school, it takes me 12 minutes to drive to work. And let's say it's 5 miles on roads. Now notice like the roads will not be straight. They'll curve over here. I think I used curve in a video recently too. So the roads will curve, but as the crow flies, think about a bird way up in the sky. They don't have to worry about roads. So maybe with roads, my school is 5 miles away, but as the crow flies, it's only 3 miles away. Like if I could get up as a crow and fly straight to where my school is through buildings and trees, it's only 3 miles away. But in reality, it will take me 5 miles of driving. Hope that helps. I think that was pretty good. Not too difficult. Okay, Ibrahim. I see highlighted right here. Other ways to respond to thank you. Other than you're welcome. Yeah, that's a good one. What I often say is no problem. No problem. Anytime. My pleasure. Don't mention it. That's a good one too. Hey, thanks for giving me a ride. Hey, don't mention it. I don't know if you want to get like, no, I don't. You could say, I don't know why we say this, but I don't know if I'd use this, but no skin off my teeth. That just means that, it's no problem for me. No skin off my teeth. All right, Edgar, thank you. Said congratulations on the 2,500 subs. Yeah, and again, I gotta thank all of you, because if it wasn't for all of you, there are 41 people in the chat. I'm not very good at math, but I wouldn't have 2,500 subs. I would have 2,460 subs. So thank you to everyone in the chat. I'm assuming you have subbed, right? If you have, there's a button down there. You can hit subscribe. Hit subscribe. And ring the bell too, because you'll always get notified when I go live. Oh, Siri says as the crow flies all the time? That's gotta be. It's gotta be, you don't, like if you're asking Siri, get me directions to the store, you don't wanna know how the crow flies, you want the actual roads. It'll take you 5 minutes driving. Maybe there's a setting you can fix for Siri. Yeah, no skin off my teeth. I would use that with like a really good friend and you just have like a very casual relationship. Like, that's no skin off my teeth. It's like, it's no problem. No problem. Just looking through the chat here. Trying to find another question. Oh, Andrew. Has anybody, I have not played those drums. It's been a long time. Like 2 years ago, I was all into the drums. I've been playing them for, I don't know, 30 years, I guess. I've been playing drums for 30 years. But every so often, like I got really into learning Italian. I've been really into this YouTube channel. So the drums just kind of sit. But I will tap a lot when I'm driving. And, luckily Jamie has gotten used to my drumming when I'm driving. But I probably should concentrate on driving and not drumming. But sometimes I get a little carried away. Just drum on the steering wheel. Oh, Joanne, another good question here. Another good question. What about cleaning and cleansing? Cleansing. So again, I would say if we have to come up with what is more like a deeper clean, like a deep clean, I would say cleansing. Cleansing. But you would say, I am cleaning my house. But let's talk about cleansing for a second. Some people do these full body cleanses. Do you guys do that in your country? Where somebody might drink these juices and it basically is supposed to clean or like flush out their system from all the bad things or all the toxins. So you could like cleanse. You could say that to your friend if they say, hey, do you want to go eat at McDonald's tonight? Can we all assume that McDonald's has some pretty unhealthy food? You might say to your friend, no, I'm sorry, I'm on a 3-day cleanse, meaning just a deep clean of your body. You could also have a mental cleanse. If you're feeling some stress, meditating might cleanse your spirit. So cleaning might be more physical, you cleaning your house, but then cleansing might be with the mind and the body, which yes, the body would be physical, but I hope that helps. Hope that helps. And Ibrahim has been waiting for me to play the drums for a long time. I don't want to disappoint you. It's very basic. Mahdi is here from Saudi Arabia. Welcome. Vadim. No, they're not props, Angelo. They're not props. What's the difference between frustrated and disappointed? Yeah, these are super close. Let me copy and paste here. The chat's kind of going quickly here. Can I get it? I can't get it. Faraday said it's kind of like rinsing. Yeah, cleansing and rinsing, pretty good. Rinsing would be cleaning with water too, though. I'm gonna rinse off my car. There won't be any soap there, but you're just gonna use water. So it's kind of close. So frustrated and disappointed. Let me just add this little layer. So frustrated has a little bit of like anger. Just a little bit. And then disappointed would be like a little sadness. So both of those feelings are bad. You're not happy. But if you're frustrated, there's a little bit of anger in there. And if you're disappointed, there's a little bit of sadness. Right? I hope that's right. I hope that helps. Hope that helps. Oh, and we is wondering, what's the difference between collect and gather? So for both of these verbs, you're definitely, well, look, I have 2 glasses here. Maybe when I go upstairs, I will collect these and bring them up. I will gather them and bring them up. I've been teaching on Wednesdays, my school. Nobody goes into school. We teach and learn from our houses because there is a deep clean at the school. So to try to get rid of all the COVID. By the way, we did have a positive case at school yesterday. Maybe I should explain that after. But every Wednesday we are here. So I've been in this room for a long time, teaching, and then also like being taught. Because in the afternoon I have teacher meetings. But so people could collect stamps. You could collect baseball cards. Those are popular things to do in the United States. When I think of gathering though, I think of more like bending down and picking up something. So if you were at a campsite, if you were camping out in the woods, you might gather firewood. So you can imagine that type of motion, gathering. You could say collect as well. I'm gonna go collect some firewood for the campfire. I'm going to gather some firewood for the campfire. Both work. Gathering berries, gathering like strawberries, picking strawberries. So sometimes, like, I would not say I'm going to collect some berries. Just like I'm not going to say I'm gathering baseball cards. Yeah, that's a good question, but if you're talking and you get gather and collect wrong, how about this? When in doubt, I think you can just use collect. No, but you wouldn't collect berries. It's a tough one. I hope that helps somewhat. Should I talk about the COVID case? Oh my gosh. Rod, this is a good question here though. So we have this sentence. She's a calm and collected student. So there, collected is an adjective. It's describing a person, but it is just like calm. So calm and collected, it means like she's gathered herself in. She's not going to be mad. Calm and collected. Those two sometimes go together, but I guess you could imagine all of her thoughts are collected. She is in a good state of mind. If that makes sense? Trying to attach that some way to the verb collected. So my school, yesterday we had a positive COVID case. So right now, instead of the whole school having to quarantine, we have these things called pods. So when you are in a classroom, like my son goes to school at my school, he is in the same classroom with the same 11 other students all day long. He doesn't interact with any other students. At recess, when they have a break, they go outside. Their masks are off, but because they're outside, it doesn't really count as contact. So they're in the same classroom all day long learning. The teachers are the ones who go from room to room. So when there was a positive case at my school yesterday, those teachers had to quarantine, and only that classroom. And it wasn't every student, in the classroom. It was the ones that were really close to that student, within 6 feet. So I believe out of my school of 500, I think it's like around 10 to 12 that have to quarantine. So that's the good thing about pods, is that because there aren't as many people moving from room to room, you only have to quarantine a few people. Hope that helps. Oh my gosh, Amina is wondering, did I watch the debate last night? I did, and I cringed. I cringed a lot. It made me feel uncomfortable. It made me feel disappointed. It made me feel frustrated because these are the two people that we have picked to lead our country. And they sounded like children last night. Like President Trump could not stop interrupting. Joe Biden could not stop saying, here's the deal. Here's the deal. He said that a lot. And they were, exactly, Arrone, comedy show. It was, I don't watch the Kardashians. I'm not sure if you know who the Kardashians are. I hope you don't. But it was like watching a reality show. Jersey Shore. Yeah, it was awful. Oh, Victor. Here's a tough one. Can I explain the difference between haven't and hadn't? So it's a little bit of a tense thing. Yeah, Victor, they were a broken record. Repeating, it's a bunch of malarkey. Nori, yes, it was a bunch of malarkey. Nicely done. All right, so Victor, haven't and hadn't. All right. This is tough. Let's say the dishes, right? I have to wash the dishes. And I can say, I haven't had a chance to wash the dishes yet. I hadn't washed the dishes, so I have to do it now. Man, haven't. I haven't been sick in over a year. I hadn't gotten sick in over a year. But usually when you say I hadn't, I'm not explaining this well. Not explaining this well. Sorry. I think we should move on. It needs a complete overhaul. That I would have to start again. And after a long day at school, I don't think I can explain hadn't and haven't. Can I make a video on, I don't know if I can, Victor. Let me write it down. Haven't, hadn't. They're so close. They're so close. I hadn't even gotten the words out of my mouth when she interrupted me. So it's almost like a future thing going on there. I haven't even gotten the words out and you interrupted me. There's a tense that I just cannot quite pick up on. It's a super tough tense, I think. I hadn't. Oh. I will think, Victor, and I will try to make a video on it. So Andrew is saying she's composed sounds more natural than collected. Yeah, so let's talk about that for a second. You exactly like Rod said, calm and collected. Composed is very good. I would say those are synonyms. Composed, calm, and collected. They always go together. So if you're going to use collected, okay? So, calm and collected. Yeah, nice job, Andrew. So composed, calm and collected, pretty much the same thing. But you gotta have the calm with the collected. Oh. Victor, thank you for thanking me, even though I botched that. Botched it is when you really mess it up. Really mess it up. Yeah, we is asking a grammar question here, but luckily, because I teach this in my class, yes, fragments, I mean, if you really want, fragments are missing basically either the subject or the verb. And sometimes we call it a predicate, but yeah. So fragments are missing one of the two big pieces. It's either the subject, which is the thing, that does the verb in English, or it's missing the thing it's doing. So, we went to school today. Complete sentence. You know what? Even we went is a complete sentence. It has a subject and a verb. I mean, we don't know where he went, but that's a fragment. I even messed up that sentence right there. We went to school today. Too many twos. All right. Complete sentence. The to school today is actually a prepositional phrase. A Nico. Oh, gosh. I would say transparent, to be honest. Something you can see through, we would say transparent. And trans means across. So literally meaning light can pass across this. Yeah, transparent. I wouldn't use the other, limpid. Limpid also makes me think of like not very full, and I would not use that other one. I don't know what that other one is. All right. Other. Aref. Scoot. Oh yeah, let's do this one. This is a good one, Aref. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Welcome. Scoot over. Scoot over. So I just did it, but to scoot over, maybe you don't have enough room on a bench or something. Maybe you're riding the bus. You might say, hey, can you just scoot over? I'm gonna scoot right now. As I just knock everything. That's a scoot. I'm gonna just, hey, could you scoot? You can just use scoot too, but scoot over. Maybe you're in the movies and you can't see. Like, hey, can you, maybe you scoot over. Like, I'm gonna scoot over. All right, I finally answered a question. Nice, with a visual. Scooting. I like that. Scoot. Aniko, about, trans. So, there's a big, new word in English for maybe the last 5 years, 10 years. Transgender. So, this is the term we use in English. If someone is born a girl, but they feel more comfortable as a boy, or vice versa. So transgender, going across genders. Transport. So if you are transporting something, you are carrying it somewhere else. You're carrying it across the city. You're carrying it across state lines. And port, for the people who speak Romance languages, to carry, port, carry. Portable. Motion, they blocked you. Let's talk about that for a second though. So if you use the word tranny, it would be a fancy word here, a pejorative. It's not a nice. It's not. People would be offended by that if you say tranny. That would be offensive to maybe most people in English. So yeah. Aniko says that the rules in English are logical. Yeah, sometimes, but then they're like so frustrating because we'll totally change it. Sometimes we'll change it. Oh, I know English can be frustrating. All right, a riff. I like that. Good one. Good one. All right, Ibrahim has to go. I'm on four-legged. I don't know. Let's see. Joanne is wondering, so glad you could join us, Joanne. How do you pronounce I'm on four-legged? I don't know, Joanne. That's not something I would use in English. I'm on four-legged. But four-legged, quad is four, a quadruped, ped is foot. This comes from the, I believe the Latin. So a quadruped is four-legged. A biped is two-legged. Humans are bipeds. We have two legs. We walk on 2 feet. And then a dog would be a quadruped. Quadruped. Madi is wondering. Ref, my internet is tripping. I mean, I guess I would know what you meant there. If someone's tripping, or tripping, we might say. If someone's tripping, it means they're kind of crazy. Like, if you want some like super slang, it's like, why you be tripping? Why you be tripping? And I don't know, you might, like kids might say that to their parents. It's definitely not the most respectful, but why you be tripping? Like, why you all crazy now? Why you be tripping? So if your internet was tripping, yeah, you could say that. You could say my internet is spotty. Spotty would be a good one. Not using too much slang. My internet is on the fritz. I don't know where that comes from, but you could say that when it works sometimes. It's not working right now. We had some internet connections problems with my students because of the wind outside. My internet was fine, but my principal had to send out an email today because so many students had lost power and lost internet that their internet was tripping. It was tripping. It was glitching. Glitching is another way to say it. Nori, this is a good one. What's the difference between renting and leasing? Okay. You can rent an apartment. I'm sure everybody knows that. But you would lease a vehicle. You would lease a car. We don't use rent for a car, but it's kind of the same thing. Basically, you might lease a car for 2 years. It means you rent it, but you pay for any damages, you pay for the gas, and then you have to give it back after 2 years. And you usually lose money if you lease a vehicle, but you could lease an apartment. But if you're leasing it, it probably means you will be leaving like a 3-month lease. You might know that in 3 months, you're definitely leaving. Whereas if you're renting, you don't know when you're leaving. You plan on staying there for a long time, if that makes sense. So if you're leasing something, you're still renting it, but the end date is known. So I'm going to lease this car for 1 year. I'm leasing this apartment for 6 months. Excuse me, something like that. How is that? Does that make sense? It's a good question. I especially like the question when I can answer it without too much struggle. So that's what, good question. All right, let's talk about the, I don't know, somebody mentioned Bob the Canadian. I like that dude. I like that guy. Let's talk about it. So if somebody has free reign, let's see, I believe reign. So free reign would be, oh man, let's say my neighbor. I like the guy, Ron. He's a good guy, but he doesn't have free reign over my house. When we say it and spell it that way, that just means, you know, if Ron had free reign over my house, he could just come in whenever he wanted, take stuff out of my refrigerator. Now, Ron's a good guy. He wouldn't do that. But free reign it means you have like no rules, no regulations. It's just all for the taking. Oh, man, let's say a house was empty for a year and it's near the forest or it's near some woods. Well, since no people were living in that house, mice and rats might have had free reign over that house for the year. They might have trashed it. So I hope that helps. Edgar, what is the difference between there and yonder? So I'm not sure, I think I mentioned this in a video. I'm not sure if anybody uses yonder with a straight face, like really meaning it. They would use it with like a little smile. It's like, oh, I gotta go over there. I gotta go yonder, yonder. So yonder and there, it's just like, it's not here. It's there, over there, here, there. But yonder is an older word, so I would not use it in the United States. You might have to put a little accent on it if you do, like, I gotta go over yonder and get my car, something like that. So stay away from yonder. I'd stay away from yonder. Yeah, Nori, pretty much free reign. Can you imagine if you had free reign in a store? Let's say you like electronics. Let's say you love Apple products and you won like the ability to have free reign over the store for 20 minutes. That means everything you can, I would use gather for this, everything you can gather for 20 minutes and it's yours. Free reign. So it's weird because it's not rain like that. It's rain. It's rain like this. And we use rain, think of like a king or queen. A king or queen reigns over their subjects. Okay? Subjects. We could do that too. Sub means below. Sub means below. And so the subjects are under the king and the queen. The king and the queen reign over their subjects. How's that? Does that help? Yes, Edgar. Yeah, yonder. Old, maybe like early 1900s, 1930s. I think of like a farm out west in the United States. Yonder. I gotta go submarine. Marine always has something to do with water. Marine, water. We have something in Maine called the marine forecast, and that is the forecast near the ocean, marine. So Like if you have to plow the fields over yonder. Over yonder. Makes me think of that. Olden days. I think yonder is the name of something. Is it? If I ever get a dog, should I name him Yonder? Come here, Yonder. Come here, boy. Could be a girl. Yonder could be a girl's name too, I think. Right? You think? Marty? Boy, girl name? Oh, here's a androgynous. I don't know how to spell that word. Androgynous name, that means it can fit both genders. Both genders. Androgynous. Oh no. Victor is talking about Drake. I'm too old for Drake. I don't know. Maybe. Nori is asking reach out. It's a good one right here, Nori. Oh yeah, Zobeda. Yeah, we would spell it reign like that. Reign over their kingdom. To reach out to someone, it can be both physical or it could be, or maybe not mental, but all right. Let's say, man, hey, you can reach out, touch someone. You can reach out and touch someone, but if you knew someone was in trouble or you haven't seen them in a while or they are battling some kind of illness, Rod, I'll get to that in a minute. That's funny. Prince. What about blanket though? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you were talking about Michael Jackson's son. Blanket is an androgynous name too. But you could reach out to them, that friend, if you knew they were having difficulties, and reaching out might mean just, calling them, writing them a letter. Does anybody write letters anymore? Sending them a text. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Reach out. I think I even used reach out this morning for one of my students. Teacher and I were talking, and we didn't know if this student had stable internet. We didn't know if they had reliable internet. So I said, I will reach out to the parents and see. Here's another one. Reach out, touch base. So when you want to talk to someone about something, maybe business related, definitely not personal, but you might say, hey, let's touch base tomorrow and we'll go over the plans. Touch base, reach out. All right, it looks like Rod has a YouTube channel, and I think he is wanting everybody to watch it. Androgynous. Yeah, I thought you were talking about Michael Jackson and Prince, his son. Blanket. Oh, I see what Aroni is talking about. Is like Yoda. Kind of sounds like a Yoda, right? Yoda. By the way, Aroni has a YouTube channel. Might want to check him out. You may know Rod has a YouTube channel. Couple more questions, and then, it's 4:05. I gotta get going here. But again, thank you so much for the support, the 2,500 subscribers. It is awesome. You guys are the best. It's a really good community here. I think, really good community, very helpful community. All right, motion. Which one of these is overused. Would you mind if he stays here tonight? Both of these will work, actually. Both of these will work. Which one of these is overused? Would you mind if he stays here tonight? Would you mind if he stayed here tonight? I would say they're equal. Yep. I know they sound different, but they mean pretty much the same thing. Anything else here? A couple more questions. Answers. Yeah, Angelo, this might be, I'm gonna copy and paste this, but for have and had, I did a couple videos really early on. And I think they were kind of boring because not a lot of people watch them. But they were for irregular verbs where have and had. And it definitely means have, like Angelo said, have is a little bit longer period of time. I wish I could link those because it does take a video, I think, to explain the many differences with have and had, but especially when you are talking irregular verbs, because have can change the form of the verb rather than had. So check those videos out if you would like. They're very old though. Very old, man. Old. I think that was back when I had 100 subs and I wasn't as comfortable on camera. So they might be a little cringy. Not many people were watching them. And it'd probably take me too long, but if you just search, I think I have a playlist actually, irregular verbs maybe. Yeah. But I do go in like the first 2 videos, I think there are 5. I stopped making them just because I think they were boring. Nobody was watching them, but they can be useful if I can find them. And I probably can't find them. And you guys don't want to wait for me to find them. It'd be boring. Yeah, they're old. They're a long, long time ago. Okay. Let's get back to the chat. Lease, Angelo says, is accounting terminology. Yeah, it definitely could be. Rent is a layman's term. Yeah, but be careful though. You would not rent a car. At least in the United States. You would not rent a car. You would lease a car. So you would rent an apartment. It's just like leasing has a time period where it ends. So you might have a 3-month lease. You might have a 6-month lease. But renting the apartment, you might rent for several years. If you're renting in the United States, you usually have to give the landlord, that's what or the super, the landlord, you would have to give them usually 1 month's notice if you're going to rent. Maybe I should do a video on renting in the United States because often you have to have 1 month's rent available before you move in. So within that first month of living there, you actually have to pay 2 months of rent. And you will get that first month back when you leave if you didn't mess anything up. But oftentimes they will keep that money for repainting or fixing anything that might need to be fixed. All right, Amina has to go. I probably should go too. Oh, a deposit. A deposit, yeah, sometimes you need to have 1 month's rent for deposit. Man, I should do a video on deposit too. If you have a pet, you might have to pay a deposit. I don't have any bottles here, but in Maine, we have 5 cents deposit on our bottles and cans. Meaning when you go to the store, you have to pay 5 cents. You get that deposit back when you bring your bottles back to a redemption center. I should write that down because it could really help with that word deposit. Deposit means you pay some money and you'll get that money back if there are no damages. So, bottles. I don't know, maybe a good one. Maybe a bad idea. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Maybe you'll tell me. Maybe I can put a poll up. Do you care about bottle deposits? 99%? Nope. That would be a bad video. Don't make that video. I'll check it out. Maybe. Oh, whoa. Angela, what are you talking about? What came first, the chicken or the egg? Is that what you're talking about? Because, Shea says my videos are not boring. Well, that's very nice of you. Oh yeah, Nori says, what came first, the chicken or the egg? And that is a saying in English when you're like, I don't know, what came first? I don't know, what came first? Trying to come up with a good idea of what came first. I was thinking about my wrinkles. I have wrinkles here. But what came first? My kids or my natural wrinkles? Like, did my kids give me wrinkles quicker or more quickly? But that's not a very good one. What came first, chicken or the egg? This would be mean. I don't know, but I've often wondered this. We're all friends, right? Can I talk freely here? All right, I'm wondering, because in the United States, you may have seen it. We have some really heavy people here, like really heavy people, like heavier than most countries. And I'm not saying that I'm thin. I could lose a few pounds. I'm talking about really heavy people. And when they go to Walmart, they get those little carts and drive around because they probably have knee problems, right? Because they have so much weight. But I often wonder, what came first? The knee problem, because maybe that stopped them from moving as freely, and then they gained the weight. Or did the weight cause the knee problem? That's a chicken and an egg thing. Because, I would feel really bad if they had a problem with their knees and then they just, they kept eating. Food is good. But have you guys ever wondered that? I wonder in the chat. I don't know. Oh, Shea says, smack myself for being a potato. Yeah, we sometimes say a couch potato too. Couch potato. It's fun being a couch potato sometimes. All right. Or the stork. Ooh, the stork or the baby. Is that Nori? Is that what you're saying? Stork. Do you say that in the United States? Do you say that in your country? Because at one time, like my grandmother might, if you ask her, where do babies come from? Oh, the stork delivered you. That's a thing in the United States. Not sure if anybody else in any other country. All right. I think that should be about it. My brain is a little full from teaching and then trying to make sense here. Chicken or the egg? That'll be homework, okay? By the next live stream, I'm gonna try to go live on Saturday. That's your homework. Figure out what came first, the chicken or the egg, okay? Chicken or the egg. Andrew, though, that's a good question. What would we call that? Often, Andrew, you nailed it right here. A landlord rents out property. What do owners of cars for vehicles? We might say probably the dealership. So oftentimes if you lease a car, you get it from a car dealership. So they also sell cars. So you can lease a car at a car dealership, I think most of the time. I've never leased a car because it's always a bad investment. If you always want like the nicest, newest car, leasing is good, but you're gonna pay a lot of money. What Jamie and I do is we buy cars, usually not new, usually a year or two old, and then we just run them until they don't run anymore, because for about 5 or 6 years, maybe longer, we won't have a car payment. So right now we have 2 cars, but I think we're only paying on one right now. One car is paid off. When you don't have to pay for a car anymore, you can say it's paid off. And I think in December, both cars will be paid off. So it's a good way to do it. But you didn't come here for financial advice, nor should I give out financial advice, because I don't know, I'm not an expert in finances. Nori, I'm learning so much today. Storks always bring babies in the 9th month. Okay, that's good. I'd always wondered where babies had come from. The stork. All right, thank you guys. I should just turn off the video and then just chat. But the chat only lasts so long. So I hope that you guys had a good time. Thank you so much for the 2,500 subs. We'll get back together to celebrate when, 3,000 subs? We could celebrate 2,600, right? Hey, and with English, you should celebrate a lot. When you read something for the first time that was difficult, be like, I did it, no problem. Or you're listening to a podcast, you're like, I understood that scene. Celebrate your wins in English, okay? Even if they're small. All right, gotta go. Thank you guys so much. This was a lot of fun. Adios, amigos.